Hey there, Neon from Reaper, Miles, Ian. How's you all going? Guess I probably should say hello. Alright, so we've got 1932. These are notoriously failure prone. Apparently this one's got no power. Just make sure I'm not revealing anything. Okay, that's all good. Let's plug in some USB-C and see what we get. Probably nothing. Let's see, 5 volts, 120, 130, 120, 130. Okay, so the 5 volts in itself isn't a big issue because you normally think CD3215s or whatever, but what concerns me here is that we're in the 100 milliamp region, which often sort of points the finger at a T2 kind of failure. So anyway, we'll pop it out and have a look, see if we can see anything. But I won't be surprised if we end up with a no fix scenario. That was with the charger in as well, so that's even more problematic. Actually, let's try it without the battery, I should have rather said, not the charger. Now, one thing I particularly hate with these sort of situations is that there is a strong habit of people... Yeah, we're still 100. Yeah, that's bad news. People have a strong tendency to reflow the PMIC, and it's almost never the PMIC. I'm not saying it's never the PMIC, I said it's almost never the PMIC. Big difference there. Okay. It's a shame because they're a nice board. Can't speak not properly. They're a nice board to work on in terms of the compact and all that. Oh shit. Don't tell me T2s. Okay, we'll just take that off, may as well. It's no point pretending that hasn't been yanked. Santa Claus is here. Santa Claus is going to bring me a pile of coal, I dare say. Jason, only if it's moored. Only if it's moored. Oh, right. Okay. So what's the history on this? By the way, Jason, that A1398 that we fixed up, that's ready to ship out tomorrow, but you're going to have to put the replacement trackpad cable on it. I didn't have one on hand. Okay, well, the PMIC's untouched on this, but looks like there's a hell of a lot of touching on everything else, which makes it difficult for me to know what's going on. I have a feeling if we put the gym cam on this, the T2 is going to be what's warming up. 1521. If I measure around here, they're probably all going to be fine. Hey Arnold. Okay. Actually, we're just going to continuity mode. Most of them should be above 10. 10 is my threshold on this meter at the moment for continuity beeping. But yeah, usually if you have a problem on the PMIC, as in it's got a short somewhere, it will usually hit you with 400 or so milliamp on the current. No, we're not seeing any of that. I'm gonna guess that's a yeah, thought as much. I'm definitely not sure what to think of this one. Hey, full wave. Well, guess we'll go through the rails and see what we can come up with. So this is a A20 1521. Let's hope I actually do have the guide on this one. If I haven't got the guide on this one, then the only person I can blame, unfortunately, is myself, which I really don't enjoy doing that. I mean, I already get yelled at enough in life. I don't need to be yelling at myself too. Seems kind of cruel to me. But more than likely I do not have... Yeah, I've got partial rail. Let's see. Yeah, I've only got partial sequences here. Well, we'll go through and see what comes up. Put it into quad display. What? Oh, this isn't... Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Okay. Naturally, of course, I need to get a flippin' USB-C. Yeah. Every single time I go to test something, I find I've left the cable off. Ugh, go ram it. Just have to take it out of the chassis. Oh, shite. Okay, good thing we did that. That's complete shit. Better go find the test one. Right, well that's definitely not a good thing. Okay, I don't have an offset one, but I do have... You can still plug them in. These are normal straight ones. Tracking says you got delivery from... Yeah, this is one of them, Jason. This is the... who's the person? McGrath or something, I think it is. Yeah, it's McGrath. Emily McGrath. Okay. Switch back for a second. We're going to see what it's like with a proper USB cable. Alright, massively different. 50-60 milliamp. We're still not switching into 20 volts though. But we aren't showing 100 milliamps at least. Consistent on both. Alright. Let's go through the rails and see what it's doing to us. Yeah, I've got the Tika one as well. I just wanted to have a look at this one first while I'd try and sort out what I can do about the Tika one. There's a fair bit of junk running in through here. Hey B-Blood. Hey Alexi. Okay, voltage. Let's start working our way through. So fuse. 5, yep. 5, yep. Let's see, 3v3. Yep. 1v8. Crikey, mate, don't do it like that. Yep. Another 1v8. Jam packed in here. Yep. And a 1v1. This is sort of critical. And we do have 1v1. Fair enough. $10. 7 volts. That's about right. DC ins, right. Okay. Santa Claus, yes, I am using OBS. OBS on Linux. I'm running a Blackmagic card. Using 60 frames per second. Now let's go see if we've got 3v3. Yeah, I unfortunately missed Lewis's stream today, which I'm actually quite disappointed about. I would have quite liked to have been there and watched everything happen. I still got to see the after video, but it wasn't the same. Would have been nice to be there and just participate. Especially, it's been such a long time since we've seen Lewis near anything like that. Okay, we've got 3.3. Chris, yes, it is. Unfortunately, with this new camera, because it's got a larger sensor, I actually lose out. No, I shouldn't say I lose out, but you guys don't get to see as much of the view as what I do. It's okay, Jason. I got the messages through the YouTube system onto my phone, but at the time, I was occupied with other things. So it just went past. So it wouldn't have mattered if you had messaged me, I would have missed it anyway. Monday morning chaos. Just trying to get a few jobs out of the way. Those sort of jobs where you get 99% done and then you find that some critical thing is just wrong and it's not under your purview, but you also know you're probably not going to be able to really charge the person accordingly. Yeah. Let's see what the resistances are for the CPU and GPU stuff. Let's see, resistance. Okay, 8, 8, 11, 12. I mean, yeah, they're a little on the low side, but they're not terribly low. 26, and that's entirely viable. Yeah, starting to get the horrible feeling it's the T2 terror. Jason, I would not want to be driving without proper wipers in any sort of storm. It can be terrifying. I'd say the worst storms I ever had to drive through was when I was in South Africa, up in the Highveld, and it was just terrifying driving through some of those storms because you really couldn't see past your bonnet sometimes. And then you'd be thinking, right, I'm on this 3-lane highway, or 6-lane really. I was travelling 120 kilometres an hour. Now I'm down to a crawl. Who the hell's going to come ramming up my backside? And you can't pull off to the side. So yeah, you kind of just hope that everybody else drops to a crawl with you. But yeah, I've never experienced storms quite like those that I've experienced in the Highveld. I suspect it is because of the fact that it's it's 5,000 plus foot altitude elevation. So you tend to have your head in the clouds, literally a little more. Hey Tony W. I'd say the worst storm I had down in the Brisbane area was once I was on a job. This would have been 95, 96. I was on a job on my motorbike heading down to Southport, and I just saw this green cloud come over the mountains on the west side, and it was like, first I couldn't keep the bike on the road straight because it was blowing me sideways so much, and then it just hailed like a mofo, and I couldn't really do much about that. Just had to sit there. Thank God I had a helmet on and full leather gear, and sort of subdued the hail until I could find a place to hide. I'm going to take the heatsink off this, see if anything's gotten under the heatsink near the CPUs. Santa Claus, with regards to the sharpness of the displays, a lot of that, it's just tweaking, practice tweaking. I'm lucky enough that I've had Jim donated the cam that is looking at us from above, and then I went out and bought myself the Sony AX33 second hand that I managed to pick up for a good price. And then having the the capture card helps a lot, and then I'm using the NVIDIA T400 for the encoding. Light certainly helps a lot. While the cameras may show on the LCD that you can see for the viewfinder, they can often show a perfectly decent looking image even in low light situations, but I found that it's a little bit deceptive because when you start to actually encode and do like 60 frames per second, things just go all wrong. It doesn't come out looking anywhere near as warm and fuzzy as it definitely comes out fuzzy. Of course, YouTube's a real pain in the backside because it will just simply downgrade your video no matter what. Now, this is frustrating, Jason. Like I said, 1932s, 1521 boards, notorious for T2 failures. But the trouble is, I'm not sure what this was in for originally, so why it's had all this work done on it. So it makes it hard for me to be able to ascertain where the original damage was. I don't feel like I'm looking for a short. That's the problem. I feel like what we're looking for is a failed chip of some kind, or a failed diode. I mean, it could be a short, but I sincerely doubt it. Can't see anything under in this CPU area. Every now and then I've had a win under here, but pretty rare. Bunty, I don't know. How's that? Yeah, I really don't know. I don't believe so. Yeah. I'm sure there's someone in here. If Harold was in here, he'd probably know. Or Pianov. Someone with actual knowledge. As opposed to a clean up in aisle 6 guy, which is me. Yeah, we'll bring out the thermal cam. Like I say, I am fully expecting just to see the T2 warm up. It could be that the 3215s are dead, but it's unlikely. All the voltages are there that they need. And typically what happens is, it could be the ISL, that's the other option. But usually what you have is a communication between the ISL and the T2. And then that goes back to the Thunderbolt. Actually, yeah. I'm going to power it up, but I need to take that mesh off over the Thunderbolt chips, because it could also be under there. These are 3215s and this one. Hey Harold. Harold, can you change the yeah, what is it? Bunty had a question. Is it possible to remove the EFI password on a T2 board? And I don't know the exact answer on that. Shite. I just did the wrong thing. Everything's gonna go wonky now. I think my battery went flat. Yep, battery went flat. Alright, so that means when I'm gonna have to get another USB-C source. Fortunately, I do have such a thing. The noise you can hear in the background is rain crashing down. We've got quite a large storm system just sitting above us. Doesn't look like it's moving anywhere in a hurry. I actually used to love storms, I love the rain, all that sort of stuff, but because of the leaks in the roof and just so many issues that have come about because of storms, I actually now have a bit of a phobia of storms, which is sad because I do love the rain. And there goes T2 warming up. Although it's not warming up in any specific spot, so there's hope yet. When the house becomes rainproof, I'll probably feel a lot more confident. The general heating in the T2 area is not a problem. Okay, so we've got a bit of warmth building up on this inductor here. And yeah, T2 just looks like it's going through a bit of that's more of a normal warm-up. And it's more fun when it disconnects. Hey, Ron Rogers. Oh, Pionov's in here. Hey there, Pionov. Just noticed that. Snuck in there after I said your name, I dare say. It's like Beetlejuice. Yeah, certainly nothing abnormal there, in my opinion. Just going to have to put that on charge so that we don't get caught out like that again. It is probably one of the more annoying aspects of that thermal camera is the fact that it has to run on its battery or a separate power source rather than running off the USB data the cable itself. Yeah, I'm a little bit trying to think how I'm going to get around this. What I might try to do is take the data sequence from another board, the boot sequence from 5 volt through to 20 volt, and there might be enough similarity between the net names and part names I can get away with it. I don't know why I'm taking these. I'm definitely going to need them now. Or am I? No, they're too aggressive. So what do we want? We want the 10, 15, 21. Okay. I'm trying to think of the one that I've got that I put in recently. In fact, I've got the printout somewhere here. Oh, this is the 1708 start sequence. Probably not actually quite right. But the signal lines might be okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure if the 1708 signal lines are going to match up well enough for this one. I might have it for the 928. You know what? I should just check the damned website. 850 might be a closer match actually. Nope, not that one. Two, 3, 9. Nope. $2016 won't apply. $15.98. Well, the $15.98 is sort of like the next version of this kind of board. We'll give that a shot. So section power. Some of these may not work because the network names may not match up. Yeah, it looks like this one's done by Tim Herman. Oops, a bit loud. Alright, let's see what we can do. Yeah, the thing is I haven't put a precondition in here to indicate whether I should be looking at Hey Marcel, hey Creature, hey Joho. No. I don't know what I'm looking at. Alright. I just realised that bottom quarter field of view is wrong on the microscope. No wonder people were wondering what was going on there. Okay, let me fix this up. I've got to change the transform. Yeah, that's broken. Let's see, 960. Oh, that's much better. Now you can actually see. Hey, Keith McDermott. Weekend could have been better. Sort of got stuck in my own personal little, being a little whiny bum. I hate it when you know you've got things to do, you know how to get yourself out of a situation, you know how to get things done, but you just simply lack that initiative to get started. It's very frustrating when you can't get started. Or when you get too easily distracted. Ooh, squirrel. B-blood, let's see. You're supposed to replace the rear brakes. Rear brakes on what? Is it something that won't you die if you don't fix those rear brakes? Isn't that compelling? That's the other thing, is even if it is something of a... Oops. I ate that cap from... Oh no, I didn't eat the cap. It was... I know what's happened there. It's okay. It's all good. No panic. You could die if you don't fix your brakes, but even still, that's not enough to make you do it. You gotta love that. You just gotta love the way that our minds do that to us. Micro's already long done. That was almost an hour ago, actually. We don't believe in the antiquated daylight savings system up here. We're far more advanced in the north. Oh, I got my TPS 62 180s as well. Very nice to finally have them. No more umming and erring whether I should do a replacement or not. Got them, plenty of them, won't run out. On the other hand, TPS 62, ISL 9240s and 39s, they're still a little bit, should I, shouldn't I type business. Oh, come on, Miles. We're not all that bad. I mean, surely I'm a fine example of a wholesome Queenslander. Then again, in saying that, I'm not a Queenslander, so yeah, maybe you have a point. Maybe you actually do have a valid point there. Doesn't matter how long I've lived in this state, I'm not actually from this state. Yeah, that'll have to do. He says, and then he touches it again. Gotta touch it gently. See you, Jason. Hopefully I can give you some reasonable news in the morning. These things take forever to reflow sometimes. Shush now, Treacher. You're the one that can be accused of perfectionism. Yeah, there we go. That sucker wasn't on properly. Alright, into the cooler. I'm hoping that my microscope light boards turn up tomorrow. That probably won't be until Wednesday. No, my luck. I'm quite excited to finally get that in, and then I can sort of go, huzzah, I've finished the product. You know. I have a feeling that change of the ISL is going to achieve stuffle. That's my prediction. We're going to have stuffle change. Yeah, same current. Sweet stuffle. God damn it. So I got a good number of these dying this way. And I honestly don't know what to think of it. Harold, your boards seem to turn up a lot quicker than mine. Makes me jealous. Yeah, we're going to take the shield off, see if anything's happened to the Thunderbolt chip. What is interesting is that it's not even trying to do the first 300 or 250, 300 milliamp jump. Oh, what a clusterfuck. Yeah, okay. Well, ignoring the fact that I completely and utterly trashed that over here. Look at this. What a wreck. And you know, I thought that was actually a pretty decent lift for a second there. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna have to put all those caps back on. And that's gonna have to go back on, and that's gonna have to go back on. Wow, that was a train wreck. Yeah, but as you can see, there's an absolute crap ton of crap under the Thunderbolt chip. So it may be causing issues, I don't know. What a disaster. Fortunately, they're all just decoupling caps, and I even knocked that off. Wow. Let's go see what the value for those are. What a disaster. So what have we got? 10 nanofarad, 10 nanofarad, 10 nanofarad, 10 nanofarad, 10 nanofarad, 3 picofarad. Alright, so we can basically just plop them all back no matter which way we want. So, thank goodness I put that in. It made it easy for me. Oops, now I'm losing them. I think I might drop to 360 since clearly I'm out of control at 470. 470 is just too much power for me. Thank you. Little bastard trying to tombstone on me. I saw that. To be honest, there's enough junk in and around these areas that I'm kind of wondering whether the an ultrasonic wouldn't half fix it. Come on now. No, Miles, the connector's fine there. I'm using a lower temperature, so it's okay. You're just saying that because of what happened to the 1398 the other night, aren't you? Can't help but just remind me of my recent failures. Hey, Costas. Yeah, it's interesting, Miles. I actually don't have a lot of trouble with these ones. I quite actually enjoy doing them. But I guess it comes down to that thing I was talking about the other night where, you know, we were just saying how different people have different preferences for what they'd rather repair. Yeah, I'm really worried about the amount of junk under here. I sort of don't want to take the Thunderbolt off. I don't have to, but yeah. I'm going to be evil. So which one is this? These are the 7540s. Okay. I think I'll probably have more 7540s than I do the 640 version. 6540s rather. I'm a little bit concerned about the NANs over there, but not badly. It takes a surprising amount of heat to get those things to, bobble out. Wow, this thing's not going anywhere. I think it just shifted then. No, I don't know what this thing's doing, but it's... Yeah, that's taking too long. Slam, it's probably going to be in the 70... It depends whether I put a power brick with it or not. It's going to need a 24 volt 500 milliamp or 1 amp power brick, so we'll call it 24 watt power brick. Yeah, that did not want to budge anywhere. I'm going to have to hit it with 470 or just more air. Certainly Slam, it's not going to be as cheap as Chinese ones, that's for sure. Okay, Miles, that's really interesting. I should try one just after this, simply to make myself look like an idiot. Because I've done a good number of them, not really run into any issues, but you know how it goes. As soon as you claim that you don't have any trouble with it, it's just invites the universe to turn around and shaft one right into you. Yeah, same crap. Yeah, I really don't know what to make of these scenarios. So could it be the CD3215s? Yeah, maybe, but I don't know, it feels like it's something else. We might have to sit down and have a think about that one. In the meantime, let's try the connector challenge, shall we? Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Idiot McDaniels tries to grab some 78 what do you call it? 1708 boards, which of course don't have that connector. Alright, so we've got a connector here. Looks like my microscope switcher is taking a holiday. I knew it would. There we go, back to life. Hey there, Ed. Okay, well, that one looks in pretty good condition, so I think that's a good candidate, don't you think? Yeah, good candidate. We're all happy with that. You don't get to have a choice. You're all happy with that, and I'm telling you, you are. Yeah, this is at 360. Looks like I picked up a cap on the way. Freeloader. Kind of makes me sad that I'm going to put it back on. Yeah, a little bit too much. Oh no, that's right, yep. That cap's gonna just have to free ride. I'd say the worst thing about these is you never really 100% know if you've gotten the location right, you know, if the inner pins, if they've settled in properly. You've sort of got to more trust that the reflow process occurred appropriately. I'm a little bit off to the right. The connector itself is a little bit off to the right. It's not too bad, but it should hopefully yank itself into place. Okay, the outer shell's already jumping. Yeah, that's certainly not perfect. Ah, god damn it. Getting that cap off's going to be fun. There we go, it's starting to cool down enough now. Yeah, getting this cap off is going to be fun. I think the biggest thing is do not touch the plastic while it's hot. If you touch the plastic while it's hot, it's pretty much game over. The plastic while it's hot is like a kid between the ages of 2 and 10. Very impressionable. It's in its formative state. No, creature, that's after the ages of sort of imagined 12. But then again, before 3 and after 12. Okay, obviously there's a lot of flux residue and whatnot in there, but as you can see, that's connected up just nicely. So yeah, it's just a case of when you're doing these connectors, you have to have the patience. You've got to keep the airflow low, and yeah, it's low and slow. But as you can see, it's doable. I mean, it'd be nice if you didn't have to do them, but if you do have to do them, you can do them. The cap can go to hell. This is just a donor board. What are we looking at for time? I'm kind of cutting it short on time at the moment, but I will have a look at this one. Okay, I just have to do a little bit of this off screen, sorry. Come on. This is a 2021. Oh shit. Powered straight up. Scared the flippy flip out of me. Thank you very much, Jason. That's weird. Just gotta... The hell? Stick that there. What the hell is going on here? Wow, that's some serious erratic kill. Okay, so we've got a boot. Apparently we don't have touch bar. Ugh. Why don't we have touch bar? The worst thing about doing a lot of these jobs is that because you don't necessarily have access to the password, although I may have actually in this particular case. Let me rephrase that. Because a lot of the time you don't want to know the password, because you don't want to be accused of being able to get into people's stuff, you don't always get to test everything as thoroughly as perhaps you should. It's kind of nice to instead have the customer come along and do that step with you. However, of course it can piss them off if they turn up and you go, oh right, yeah, thanks, I'll get to that, and they're like, we just travelled for 3 hours, and it's like, yeah, that's nice. Okay, I can see liquid damage there. So I think what happened here is that we fixed it up so it actually booted, but yeah, I don't know, is there liquid damage on that? There's some liquid damage on that. What is this? This is a 23. Oh, frick. I don't have a 2338 panel, and yeah, the display had liquid damage on it too, I remember now. Alright, let's have a look at those connectors. So what I'm worried about is that... Jason, did you get to test this in another chassis? Yeah, so that's my concern there. So we've got damage in the trackpad cabling, and there is residue there, and oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that's certainly some damage. Interesting, there's a tweezer mark in there, and a little rock. Hello, rock. Didn't have one. Yeah, that's my problem as well, Jason. I've been looking out for one, but I haven't yet found one. Alright, now the question is, can I get another one of these connectors? And I have a horrible feeling that I cannot. The connector on here itself seems fine, but I do not have a track. Yeah, I don't have a touch bar for this model, even in stock. That is a bit of a problem. But yeah, the board side looks okay, except for that missing pad there, but I remember that was just a test via. I wonder if I can order a trackpad for this model, just to test it. Let's see if any of those two are loose. This is a 2338, so it's the M1. So they look a little gnarly there, but those ones I think are okay. But, oh, stab yourself, Paul. That's a really fantastic idea. What do you want to do today, Paul? Oh, I don't know. I think I'll just stab myself with an X-Acto knife. That's brilliant. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, so that's disconnected there. There's no connection between the trace, the flex and that leg. So we're getting into some iPhone level shit here. Jessa Jones and Jason Vilmer will be getting all angry at me now. Probably told me I'm doing it wrong. And I probably am doing it wrong. But because I'm a stubborn SOB, I'll ignore them. But yeah, definitely that pin there is a miss, which if we go back to the board, we can have a look and see what it is. So even though it is a bit gnarly looking on the crest over here and here, they are intact and they will make contact on the inners, but of course, whoops, yeah, you gotta be really careful. Even when these things are normal room temperature, that plastic just goes away. You can see there's more imprint marks there. Anyway, let's see what that pin does. So this will be a 2020 board. Schematic. And we're looking at this connector. What was it, the first or the second one? I can't remember. Anyway, first one is something 5VS2. Second one is 1V8 awake. And I'm fairly sure I don't know what I'm talking about. Ach nee man. Yeah, either way, it's got to be fixed. So, what I can... yeah, awkward. I can flux and boil this, but it's not going to make that pin reconnect. Go to microscope display, sorry. I'm pretty... Hey, Pedro, good to see you here, by the way. As always. You know I like you being here. You kick the riffraff out. You're like the guy that no one knows how to handle, but you make a really good bouncer. You're like the attack dog. Unfortunately, being a rail, a voltage rail, this is probably going to be bringing in a reasonable amount of power, so I actually do need to get a decent connection on it. Alright, this is going to be interesting. First thing we're going to do is flux and boil at 250. Naturally, because it wobbles everywhere. And we've got to make sure we don't melt the plastic on the chassis. I haven't done that yet. But I'm sure I was getting distressingly close. Jason sent a text. Alright, Jason, as soon as I've given this a little bit of a flux and boil, I will check that text. Shit, that's way too much flux, but okay. Get that bobbling action going. That's how you know it's doing something. In this case, it's bobbling. See? Doing something, bobbling. Let's see. Jason sent a text. Okay. I'll have to check that once I go back upstairs, Jason. Okay, we're going to bring out the micro pencil. Beep. I really am not convinced that's actually made a proper solder connection, really. It feels like a Clayton's solder connection. Hey Kodak. If I ever put down a Lewis amount of flux, you know it's strictly by accident. Ah, crap, here comes the bugs. Well, I think we can agree that's not too bad. It's certainly not brilliant, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I think we'll give that a whirl. Still plugs in. Gecko seems to agree. Jason, the only problem I've got here is that I don't know if... see, some people have it that the touch bar shows up when you power up and it's at the login phase. Other people have it such that it doesn't show up. Get out of here, bug. Goddamn bugs. So, I don't know. Have I got the password for this one, Jason? Obviously, I'm going to protect the integrity of the client. Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Use my favorite book. There we go. Okay, that booted. I'm just gonna check to see if I do actually have a password for this. Triple five. No passcode. Ah, thanks, Jason. Obviously I'm gonna have to take this away from the display. You know what, it's easier if I just put my fugly face in your face. Yeah. Tony, let's see. It's... yeah, no idea. Okay, I've got illumination on the touch bar, Jason, but let's see if it even works. And it works. Okay, there's no personal data being revealed at the moment, so I can... yeah, you probably can't see it. Anyway, screen brightness is going up and down. So it looks like that was the fault, Jason. Let's see. Let's try and... okay, that's good. So what year is this one? I also have the Stevens Network Guide. It's the 11th printing, March 96, so that makes sense. Copyright 92. The Dunros, yes, I am aware of the SIGROC project. But I can't use any of their software because they are GPL licensed, whereas everything I do is MIT or BSD license. Anyway, by the way, if you do ever do any C programming in Unix, this is a indispensable book. It's also a book that has led me to make Pilnov have nightmares, along with its companion book, which is the Network Programming in Linux, Unix Environment by Stevens. Excellent book. Both these books, they're old, but they're still relevant. Definitely well worth learning. You do have to update the APIs these days, but the principles are what matter and they work well. Did I try DFU restore? No, I did not try DFU restore because I didn't actually change anything yet. So I didn't want to complicate matters. Unfortunately, the dumb res, that's just the way it goes with the software licensing. I refuse to touch GPL stuff for mixing in existing projects. I do have some GPL projects that I contribute to, but they are strictly isolated from all the rest of my code. Three blue squirt bottles of mustard ketchup. The black one is yeah, make up your own mind. But yeah, that's 80-20, 100% isopropylene metho, which is basically just ethanol with a bittering agent these days. It doesn't actually have any wood alcohol in it. It's just 100%, well, all ethanol with a bittering agent. Yeah, Jason, with the 1932, there's junk under the Thunderbolt chip, so I gave it a flux and boil, but I'm really not sure what's going on with that one. I might throw it into the ultrasonic cleaner because there is junk everywhere, and sometimes when you get these boards, even after you've fixed up everything, by the way, I'm more talking to everybody, not talking to Jason. I don't need to tutor Jason or anything. He does his own work perfectly fine. But when you get boards that have got rework flux on them and bits of water damage still residing around, sometimes when you feel like you've covered everything, then you can ultrasonic clean it, and sometimes that fixes things. Not very often, just sometimes. Okay. Alright then, listen, it's midnight. I need to get going. I am very glad that we got this unit back and running. I apologize, Jason, that I didn't see that one pin that was defective when I originally did this, so that was my bad. Obviously that's going to be sent back to Jason at no cost to him. It will probably take a ride back with $13.98, so that's saving on postage for both of us. Okay, I'm out of here. You'll take care. Guess I'll see you tomorrow if I'm here. Yeah, we'll see what turns up in the mail. Until then, you take care. Catch you next time.